Yo, what is up, you beautiful gamers? And today this video is just going to be basically helping out the newcomers and the beginners of Warframe. And it's just going to be like a little small guide on what to do when you first start. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Alright, the first thing that I actually want to talk about is once you actually start playing the game and start learning a little bit, you're going to get some free plat from a starter pack. And in that starter pack you probably will get 100 plat. Now, platinum is actually the currency in the game to buy cosmetics, colors, certain items that you can farm, and slots for your Warframe and your weapons. Now, I recommend using that plat to buy Warframe slots and weapon slots, because everything else at the beginning you can already farm for. The Oxium, was it polymer bundles, plastids, you can all get all that in one mission. So the second thing that I actually want to talk about is quest lines, because the quest lines actually give you stuff in the long run. They actually give you blueprints of certain warframes, they actually give you more information about the game, and they will start opening up new missions for you. Now, some of the missions, they will only give you like little small mods here and there, but the other ones will give you really good stuff and secret areas that you can go on the map. For example, if you actually finish the Silver Grove quest line, you will be able to go back over there to use a certain item to bring out a certain mini boss. Depending on which item you use, you can basically summon a character and he will drop a unique mod. Now, to actually get some of these quests, you actually have to do a junction, and where you find junctions are on the edge of a certain planet. And to actually get a new planet unlocked, you have to finish the junction. Now, sometimes the junction will actually ask for certain items or certain things to do, or ask for cephalon fragments. Now, cephalon fragments actually spawn around in random maps. And once you scan a cephalon fragment, it will actually give you something in return. So basically, once you scan this cephalon fragment, you can go to your codex and actually go to cephalon fragments, and when you see the cephalon fragments, it'll actually unlock a picture, some lore, some interesting things. So it's worth your while if you like reading up on stuff or looking at some artwork. So now what I want to talk about is forma and polarities. Now, once you level out a item in the game all the way to level 30 and max out a Warframe all the way to level 30, you have an opportunity to use a forma. And basically what a forma does will reset your character all the way back to 0, but you will actually have an extra polarity. You can pick whichever polarity you would like to put on that Warframe to help you out in the long run, and it will come out in handy when you get those really good mods that ask for like 16 points needs to be used to actually do this. So when you use a polarity and you use the correct mod polarity for that polarity, it will basically cut it in half. So if it says it's 16 on the mod, and if you put it in the correct area, it will go down to 8. It will cut the whole thing in half, so you have extra slots to use for your next mods. You can keep on upgrading your Warframe or your weapon. You can constantly put as many formas in as long as you're happy putting that much forma in. And the way to actually get forma is basically you're just gonna have to play the game. You're gonna have to play a lot of relics. Sometimes you'll get them from alerts. You can actually go to the store and buy them, but I don't recommend doing that because you get formas anywhere. You can do, like I said, alerts, you can do relics, you can probably even do a survival and it'll probably drop a blueprint for you. But it's very easy to get forma. I have like maybe 80 of them right now, probably even more, I don't remember at this moment. But on to the next one. Now, the next thing that I actually want to talk about is Orkin reactors and Orkin catalysts. Now, these two items gives you extra mod capacity. So once you level out a weapon, or once you level out a Warframe to level 30, you only have 30 mod capacity. and you can only use up to 30. Now when you put a working reactor on a Warframe, it will push that number up to 60. And if you have an aura mod, it will help you out a little bit, but we're talking about working reactors and working catalysts. And the way that you get working catalysts and working reactors is buy the store, buy alerts, buy events, and whenever the Lotus feels happy to give it to you. Now that may seem a little bit funny, but if you actually watch the streams of Digital Extreme Warframe, they will actually sometimes go send out an alert saying, hey, thank you for playing the game. Go ahead and do this alert and you'll get an working catalyst or an working reactor. So the last thing that I want to talk about is actually the codex and the factions. And if you scan a certain enemy a certain amount of times that they ask you for, it will have this little green thing right next to their image, and then once you do that, it will tell you everything about that enemy, and it will also tell you which mods drop from that enemy, which is really great. And the other thing is, if you go to a relay and go to the simulation room, you can you can summon that enemy once more in the simulation. And what is really great about the simulation room is you may have a weapon that you think is crappy, and then you can go in the simulation room, work some mods, tweak it around, and you find out that this weapon is godlike. There are a lot of weapons that some people say blow, but are actually really good. It's like one of the hidden gems inside of a whole bunch of dirt. And that's the last thing that I want to talk about. I hope to see you in my next video, you beautiful gamers, in peace.